Dawn breaks over Piyungan, Yogyakarta, and the air is thick with the stench of burning plastic and decay. This is survival's scent for the women here, who comb the landfill's grey mountains for anything of value. Officially closed in May 2024, the landfill still draws illicit waste, and the women's work has only grown more precarious. Motorbikes sneak in with trash, and the women move swiftly, eyes trained for plastic bottles or scrap metal, anything to earn a few rupiah. Rahma, 68, remembers when her family's farmland became this landfill in 1996. "They took our fields, so we came here to pick from theirs," she says. For decades, she and others have turned trash into survival, raising families on what the city discards. The closure brought uncertainty, not relief. Income has dwindled, and makeshift incinerators now dot the hamlets, spewing hazardous smoke. The government's decision left families in limbo with no real alternative. Yet the women persist, adapting to a crisis that shifts beneath their feet. They are survivors, their resilience forged in the toxic heart of Piyungan. Here, every day is a negotiation between sustenance and sickness. The landfill's legacy is written in the lives of those who refuse to give up. In Tanjung Uma, Batam, the sea breeze can't mask the stench of garbage. Women like Siti wade through refuse, harvesting plastic to sell for a few dollars a day. Once a fishing village, the sea is now choked with plastic. The fish are gone and trash is all that's left to harvest. Siti's hands are scarred, her work a bitter irony. Pollution destroyed her family's livelihood, and now it's their only income. Across Indonesia, thousands of women make the same trade, forced by poverty into a cycle of environmental damage and health risks. In Tripoli, East Java, women sort plastic waste to fuel tofu factories, burning imported and local trash for cheap energy. They work in open sheds, breathing in toxic fumes, knowing the risks, but needing the income for their children's education. "We know it's not good for us," one woman admits, "but my children need to eat." These women are both victims and reluctant participants in a toxic economy. Their resilience is a quiet defiance against a system that offers no real choice. They endure, forging hope from the very waste that threatens their lives. Their stories echo across the archipelago, a testament to survival in the face of environmental collapse. In the waste mountains, every day is a fight for dignity. For Indonesia's waste pickers, every day is a gamble with danger. The ground is unstable, hiding broken glass, rusty metal, and used needles. One misstep can mean serious injury. Minimal protection leaves women vulnerable to infection and disease. The air is another enemy. Methane from decomposing trash and smoke from burning plastic fill their lungs with toxins. In Tripoli, 70 tons of plastic are burned weekly, releasing dioxins and chemicals that poison the air. Water is no refuge. Leachate from Piyungan contaminates wells. And in Tanjung Uma, the sea is a toxic soup. Families spend precious income on bottled water, while children play near polluted shores. The work is exhausting, the pay meager. A full day's labor yields just a few dollars. Rain turns trash into a slippery, hazardous mess, but the women persist. Each day is a dance with danger, every step a calculated risk for survival. Their endurance is remarkable, their determination unwavering. In this toxic terrain, survival is an act of courage. The risks are constant, but so is their resolve. They return day after day because they must. The toll of toxic waste is written on the bodies of these women and their families. Skin diseases, rashes, and infections are common, with little access to healthcare or medicine. Respiratory illnesses are rampant. Smoke from burning plastic and decomposing waste is a constant assault. Studies reveal dioxin levels in local eggs far above safe limits, and microplastics contaminate food. Children suffer most, with reports of birth defects and chronic illness. The mental burden is immense: anxiety, uncertainty, and a sense of abandonment by authorities. Here, health is a daily struggle, and every breath carries a risk. Once pristine villages like Tanjung Uma are now overwhelmed by garbage. The sea, once a source of life, is now a sludge of plastic. Coral reefs and mangroves are dead, fish stocks decimated. Floods bring tides of trash into homes, a stark reminder of environmental collapse. In Piyungan, toxic leachate poisons rivers and farmland, destroying crops and livestock. Farmers can no longer rely on the land or water, forced to buy what was once free. Across Indonesia, paradise has become wasteland, driven by unchecked consumption and poor waste management. The women remember cleaner days, but now must survive on what destroyed their heritage. Their loss is profound, a tragedy for them and for the nation. Nature's surrender is complete, but the struggle continues. Indonesia's trash crisis is fueled by foreign waste. Wealthy nations export contaminated recyclables, much of it ending up in villages like Tripodok. Lax enforcement allows plastic-laden paper imports to flood the country, turning trade into dumping. In 2024, Indonesia imported 260,000 tons of plastic waste, much of it burned as cheap fuel. A 2025 ban on plastic waste imports was announced, but contaminated shipments persist. Local government efforts like the TPS3R program are underfunded and inadequate. Residents are left to burn or dump trash illegally, worsening health and environmental problems. Cleanup is sporadic, and the women who scavenge feel invisible and abandoned. They are caught between global waste flows and local government failures. Promises of reform remain unfulfilled, buried under ever-growing piles of trash. The crisis is global, but its burden falls hardest on those least able to bear it. Amidst the filth, the women's resilience shines brightest. Their work is an act of love. Each piece of plastic sorted a step toward a better future for their children. Community is their strength, sharing food, watching over each other, building informal safety nets where none exist. They are not just victims, but agents of survival and hope. Their stories demand our empathy and action, reminding us that our waste has global consequences. The courage of these women challenges us to push for real change. Stronger regulations, corporate responsibility, and an end to waste exports. Their hope is hard-won, found in small acts of kindness and fierce determination. In the darkest places, their spirit proves that resilience and hope can endure.